Hey, it's Karen, and welcome to 50 is Just a Number, where we talk about everything for women over the age of 50. Why? Because, oh lordy, those years flew right by. And of course, I'm closer to 60 than 50, and so yet I feel 40. And so the point of all my videos is to let you know you have a friend out there. You have a voice you can listen to. Life doesn't always go as planned. That's true for me too. I did not expect to be divorced at 50. But you know what? We can, and I truly believe this, we can make these the best years of our lives. So I want you to listen to me. I want you to follow me as I talk about just about everything from dating and divorce to menopause and all that went along with that. I'm on the other side of it now, but oh my goodness, I was cuckoo town for a while there. We'll talk about friendship because friendships change over the years. We'll talk about careers. And in this podcast, we're going to talk about side hustles because there is a difference between side hustles and careers. Side hustles maybe you spend a little too much over the holidays and you have some catching up to do in the new year. And that's partly why I'm doing this podcast today, right now, is because 2024, new year, new you, new beginnings. And I truly believe your past does not define you. New week, new day, just get started. And if that means you have to get started each and every day, that's okay too. So careers, not in this podcast. I'll talk about that in a future podcast. This is about side hustles, additional income. And you may need a side hustle, as I said, because you spent too much during the holidays. Maybe you just want shopping money. Maybe you want travel money. Maybe you're an empty nester and you just want out of the house because your partner is driving you crazy. Whatever it is, there's a lot of reason women and men, but of course, my podcasts are all about women. I have a women's networking group. I'm all about supporting women. And that is part of the reason I wanted to create this podcast. This is, I have a networking group for women. I've had this for 8 years now, Marin Women at Work and Sonoma Women at Work. And it's a networking group for women in business. And I cannot tell you how many guests have come and said, I have been a lawyer, I have been a financial planner, I've been this, but I'm not sure what I want to do next. So I wanted to attend a meeting to see what some of my options are. And in our meetings, we are a very diverse group of women in business. So it's a great way to learn or to hear about, maybe get an idea of a business you might want to start. And I say that not to promote my groups, but more in reference to why I may have some knowledge on this topic. The interesting thing is if you took time off, myself included, to raise your kid, getting back to a career, a full-time job was much more difficult than even 10 years ago. Technology has changed so much that we might have been tech savvy when we left our careers, but now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm old school. I have no idea. And I hear this from all my members too. So a side hustle could be for fun. Here in the Napa and Sonoma Valleys, you'll see a lot of people over the age of 50 in tasting rooms. Why? Because it's a fun job. You get discounts on wine, you get to go wine tasting for free, you get to meet great people, and no one is unhappy visiting you. Everybody's in a great mood. When they have wine, they're in an even better mood. So you'll see that. I met a woman at my, this was several years ago, at my local family-owned grocery store. Career woman, she has a pension, she's fine financially, but she aged out of her career, which is different than ageism. The company was downsizing, she was in upper management, the position was just changing. She got a pension, but she wasn't 65 yet. And so she didn't want to spend $1,000. It's $1,000 at least in California for medical coverage once you pass Cobra and everything else. So she's like, hey, I'll work 32 hours a week to get medical coverage until I am eligible. Guess what? She's still at that job because, another reason of having a side hustle is it gets you out of the house. You get to meet people. You're live and you have to get dressed every day. So she stuck with it even after she got it. Because is it a glamorous job? No. Are you cold some days? She's cold, but she has fun. And the only reason I'm sharing that is don't poo-poo any jobs. If you're thinking about a side hustle, stay open-minded. Look at what people are doing around you. And of course, whether you're doing it for income, for shopping money, for travel money, there's different reasons for looking for a side hustle. She wanted medical coverage. Boom, she got that. If you're looking for shopping money, you're not as, you don't need a set income necessarily. So I will address multi-level marketing, network marketing companies. It's the same. There's 50 different terms out there for it. A lot of people poo-poo network marketing. Hey, I have had some Marin and Sonoma Women at Work members that successful women, they make a lot of money and they love what they're doing in multi-level marketing companies. Are there bad companies? Absolutely. Do your research, but there are some really good companies. In fact, I have a podcast that I did a few years back with a girlfriend of mine, Jane, who had an ad agency company, over 17 employees, did really well. 2008 came, the world blew up in tech, and she looked into starting a new career, and she became a sales rep for Rodan & Fields and rocked it. So again, in the notes, I'll leave that podcast too. If you're thinking about getting into network marketing, it's not to sell you on any one particular company. It's just to help you understand the business model. Some people call it a pyramid scheme. I call it an opportunity to work at your own pace. You make as much as you put into it, and we discuss that. I was a rep for Young Living essential oils for years. I never did it as a business model. I stayed a member because I love their products and I wanted to use their products at a discounted price. So there's reasons people join multi-level marketing companies, and it could be for income and it could be just for personal use and a lot of other reasons. They do seminars, they do trips, they do all kinds of things. So stay open-minded. I went through a career change a couple of years ago. I became a travel agent because I was looking for something I could do long-term that I would enjoy. And I have a passion for travel. So think about what your passion is, and then explore the possibilities. So I'm in a host company. I work for a host company travel agency. I looked into starting a business of my own, a travel business of my own. At my age, I just didn't want to start another business. I've had a clothing store. I've been a sales rep. I've done a lot of things in my life. I worked for corporate America and marketing and sales, and I've done all of that. I just wanted to work with a company that had us dialed in as far as travel companies go. And if you want more information, you can reach out to me on that. I'm happy to share my travel. And I'm actually looking to build a team, not a downline team, but a team of women that want to work together in travel for the passion of travel. So I'm happy to share that with you. Think about local businesses. I mentioned that I had a women's clothing store. Loved it. Did it for 6 years. It was so much fun. It was in the 80s. So, oh my God, the big shoulder pads, the big hats. I walked into a room and, oh Lord, the outfits I used to wear back then. I mean, I thought I was hot, and maybe I was, but now I look and I go, what were you thinking? But we all think that about our 80s with the teased hair and so I have a passion for retail. I walk into a retail store, and for those of you that aren't into retail, you won't understand this. I love the smells. I love the music. I love the holidays in retail. So I got a part-time job one Christmas. This was a few years back. Just for the fun of it and for the discount, because I love this particular store, and I'm not gonna shout them out just because I had a great experience, but I spent way more than I made because I love this store a little bit too much. But they gave a huge discount. So look at that. If you're just looking to do it for fun, look at what would benefit you in life. This was a high-end houseware store, and I was looking to fill my kitchen, and the bottom line is I didn't miss retail. I didn't. There's so much downtime, but I love the perks of the discounts, and I love the people I met. So, maybe that's another reason for getting a part-time job. Maybe your husband's driving you crazy. Maybe you're driving each other crazy, and you need to get out of the house. Follow your passion. Find out what it is that interests you, because you have an option today to start anew. If you're in debt, you already work full-time. Is it harder to be successful at a second income? Absolutely. But you can be. If you just want to fill that gap of putting away retirement, like you have a great job, you're working hard, pays your medical, but you need a side hustle, maybe just to put money into your future. It's a great way. It really is. And there are so many opportunities out there. I travel a lot. You know that. I talk to everybody, much to my family's dismay. But I learn from others. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly growing. And one of the things I've learned is I've met several men. For some reason, it's more men than women. Maybe it's a safety factor, that are Uber or Lyft drivers. And they do it, one, because they were kicked out of the house, but two, they get to meet great people. They love to drive, and maybe that's it. It seems to me that the men in my life like to drive way more than I like to drive. Maybe that's it. But Uber, Lyft drivers, that might be a fun way to meet people. Look at what's available in your area and see if it's a fit. Maybe you want to remodel your house and you want to work at a furniture store for a while, or just learn about antique and furniture, or, there's so many options out there for side hustles to earn extra income. And gosh darn it, if you follow me, I am going to constantly remind you, it's never too late. So whether you're doing it for fun, whether you're doing it to get out of the house, whether you're doing it for shopping, whether you're doing it for extra income, it's not too late to start today. All right, so if you want more information on travel, reach out to me. I'm so glad I got into this industry. I'm going to Mexico in February, and I got a great deal on it there. Yes, travel agents do get great deals on things. There are perks in the travel industry. Don't poo-poo multi-level marketing companies. Listen to the podcast that I created. This is not about me and financial benefit. This is about educating you. As I said, I always love to learn and grow. And my girlfriend Jane is a rock star in the side hustle, in multi-level marketing with Rodan and Fields. And so we created a podcast around that. Look at your local businesses and reach out to them. Hey, how many hours do I have to work for medical? Or, I really love your business. Can I work for you part-time? If you're in the wine industry or the wine country, working in a tasting room is a lot of fun. You get to meet people in your area. And that's another reason you'll see women, again, I talk about women, getting jobs, is because it's great. Once our kids are grown, it's hard to meet people. If you don't belong to a church, it's hard to meet new friends. Part-time job offers that. So I hope you found this useful. I hope you'll hit subscribe for future podcasts because you can always expect openness, honesty, and a direct approach to aging. All right, bye for now and make it a great day.